Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite morning show pertaining to your favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, with a sprinkle of NFL stuff. There was a lot that happened on NFL Week 4 that I feel like a lot of us need to address. But damn, I'm excited about today's episode because what is the number one thing I think a lot of people have been complaining about regarding this 4-0 Buffalo Bills team? Probably some of the specifics surrounding our defensive unit. And it really clicked with me the other day when I was doing an episode of the Bills Roundtable. And please let me know if you guys have had an opportunity of watching that show. It's myself, Zbot, Kevin Massari, and Jake from Bills Bunker. And Kevin actually brought up something pretty interesting. He was just like, look, you can be upset with the Bills' run defense or their propensity to stop third down conversions from opposing offenses, but you need to put things into perspective. The Buffalo Bills for the past 2 weeks have been without 33% of who would be leading contributors to this team. And luckily, a lot of these guys are set to be coming back very, very soon. Most notably, Ed Oliver and Matt Milano. Based off of the press conference from Sean McDermott yesterday, it sounds like that they are trending in the right direction. I would not be surprised if they are good to go against the New England Patriots this upcoming Sunday. And same thing with Larry Ogunjobi and Michael Hoecht. All right, just a couple of more games of their suspension, and they should be good to go after the bye week. But when we travel to Charlotte to play the Carolina Panthers, Maxwell Hairston too. I'm still watching updates from every single notable name across the Bills Mafia community to see when Maxwell Hairston, his 21-day practice window opens up. I got a gut feeling it's going to happen this week. And hopefully, we'll start getting a taste of what the young man was demonstrating out in college. And hopefully that could translate out to the field once he is good to go. But again, I'm confident that these reinforcements are going to make this defense look a hell of a lot better. But what I want to do is I kind of want to paint a bigger picture of what this defense does well already, what they do not do well, and how I think some of these new additions can get us in the middle of the pack. Like very oftentimes, even during the offseason, y'all might have heard me say this a few times, where I said, I don't need the Buffalo Bills to be a top 5 run defense. I don't need them to be a top 5 third down defense. All I needed is for them to make a slight improvement. All I need is for at the end of the season, I look at the specific and advanced analytics of those 2 pain points, and we see a 9 to 10 spot jump, putting the Buffalo Bills right in the middle of the pack in both of those things that Bills Mafia so desperately needs this team to improve on. So I'm excited to unpack that. I'm excited to dive into some of the advanced analytics of this team. And surprisingly enough, I do think that a lot of you guys are going to be surprised of what this team does well and what this team struggles with, which I think is a bit more apparent. Anyway, I'm sure you guys are familiar with how I structure these shows. I need everybody in here to hit that thumbs up sign for me. It is the easiest way to show love over here. I don't care how many people are watching at any given moment. If there is 150 of you, there has to be 150 thumbs up buttons hit. If there is 10 of you, there needs to be 10 like buttons hit. Let's go on ahead and propel this out to the YouTube universe so we can end up recruiting more Bills fans to this community. We want to make sure that we continue to build this family, because without you guys, what would this show be? I like being able to engage with everybody in the live chat. I open up the Garage Beer Hotline to get your thoughts on various circumstances surrounding this team. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign. And at the exact same time, also let me know where you are tuning in from. What corner of the globe are you tapping in from? How far does Bills Mafia and NFL fans truly extend this morning? Do not be shy. I'm talking to the lurkers as well. Who is lurking at work? Who is lurking on their day-to-day? I'm not going to require you to engage much in this live chat, but at least let us know where you are tuning in from. All right. Giant shout out to William Mattar Law Offices. Folks, if you were ever hurt in a car, you have to call William Mattar, #1 car accident attorney in the state of New York. Obviously, I wouldn't wish a car accident on my worst enemy, but if it does happen, you have to make sure you have the right guy in your corner. Phone number is on the screen. Ingrain that in your mind. in case that unfortunate scenario does indeed happen to you. Besides that, guys, let's see where everyone's tapping in from. Let's talk a little bit. Do not be shy. Cecil is tuning in from Portugal. What is going on, my friend? Boston, Massachusetts is in the building. Dan, what's going on, my friend? Hope all is well. Hurley, New York. Good morning, Dan. Randy, I hope all is well with you, my friend. We got Goldendale, Washington. Ken, hope all is well with you, my friend. Rochester, New York. Olean, New York is in the building. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Quebec City. Carl, what's going on with you, my friend? Pennsylvania is in the building. Lowe's, Ithaca, New York, repping from Corvette Assembly, Kentucky. Joker, listen, man, have a great day at work. I'm glad that I'm able to entertain you as you go about your Tuesday. Morning, Dan. Morning, Mark. Hope all is good with you, my friend. Good morning, Dan, from sunny St. Cloud on this Sunshine State. Go Bills and go Team Jesus. I love that, baby. I love that, man. Jesus is king. Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Florida brother. Cheektowaga is in the building. Niagara Falls, New York. Ontario, New York. Geneva, New York. Dallas, Tejas. Damn, baby. I like that. Texas forever. Talk to me. Lake Wales, Florida is in the building. Tyreek Hill, blown his ACL out for the season. Hate when players get hurt. Yeah, man, listen, that was a rough watch last night when I saw that guy's knee get completely bent sideways. I think the question with Tyreek Hill was what was up with that celebration. I suppose a lot of that can be left up for interpretation. I think there's no question that he has expressed his frustrations with being with the team. Maybe he was just trying to hype his team up. Who knows? But regardless, I think the Tyreek Hill of old, especially being 31 years old, it's going to be rough for me to see him even come back in the first place. And if he does, I think we've seen the last of the dynamic Tyreek Hill. And you hate to say that. And you hate to see that, right? Like, you don't want anyone to suffer an injury like that, regardless of how you feel about them personally. Not something we want to see. Edwin is in the building. With these players will make no difference. We've been like this for 6 years now. Defense is trash. Edwin is, man, you know what? He is just sold on this team. He's sold on this team, man. Like, he thinks we should just pack it up. Like, he thinks we should just stop watching because at the end of the day, like, the Buffalo Bills are probably just going to disappoint us in the playoffs. That's not my energy. That has never been my energy when I talk about this team. Number one, because I'm not a miserable person. Number two, I like waking up each and every single morning and only attacking what is in front of me. And I think it's okay for fans to feel that way, but I really, really hope from the bottom of my heart that not a single player on this squad feels that way, right? Like, this game is a game of inches. It is an any given Sunday type league. And when you look at the Buffalo Bills, I would hardly say that it is based off of their performance or their capabilities or their ceiling. I think we just ended up kind of hitting the injury bug at the absolute worst time during the playoffs. I have a lot of faith in this team collectively on the defensive side of the football when at full strength. And all we can do is just hope that we get that bye in the first round and we stay relatively healthy where it matters most. And I think this team is close. Like, not a lot of teams can say this where Buffalo is. Like, sure, do we have a ring? No. But, like, how many other teams in the AFC outside of the Kansas City Chiefs have raised that Lombardi sense? So all we can do, sit back, hope that Buffalo can get lucky, right? And stay healthy when it matters most. And just go from there, dude. I'm not going to sit there with the doom and gloom attitude, especially when my team is sitting at 4-0. We're the sole undefeated team in the AFC, have a very clear picture with the 1 seed. I'm just focused on the Patriots right now. I'm not completely worried about what's going to happen in January because that is far ahead of the future. And that's not an attitude I think that I would like recommend like really locking in with, man, because you know what? Like, that is a long and stressful life, man. But hey, you know what? Do you? I'm not going to police how anybody fans. The second you said Corvette plant, the 66 427 giveaway came up on my phone. Dude, they are listening to us, man. The tech overlords are all in our business right now, man. What can you think about it? We have Jonah Williams. I just don't watch the last AFC East roundtable, and damn, Colby must be drinking that delusional juice that TD is sipping on. I got to tell you what, Jonah, I think that TD is a very influential person. He certainly influences the youth, and I think TD is just trying to manifest that the Walmart Buffalo Bills are going to march into Buffalo and beat the actual Buffalo Bills. I'm just kidding. I do think that it's going to be a good game. I don't think that the Patriots are quite at the level of the Buffalo Bills just yet. I think that they're really trying to take our identity. And I think that that's a great way to build a team. So I'm not going to hate a team for being able to like follow that structure and building a roster. So I'm excited to unpack this Pats game. I'll probably start previewing it tomorrow. I'll probably have Colby on so we can get his take. But I just like how Buffalo matches up against this squad, especially at home. Folks, like we haven't lost at home since like 2023. Like we're a different animal. And for some reason, I feel like we've been home just about every single game already this season, minus the Jets game, which is hysterical. Are the Chiefs back? I actively prey on their downfall every single week. Parker's coming in with a great question on an AFC rival. Now, it's hard for me. I haven't been able to give you a full opinion on the Kansas City Chiefs yet because I'm not particularly sure that the Baltimore Ravens are good. I'm not particularly sure that this squad is as good as the offseason or preseason suggested that they were. Like, that defense is bad. Folks, if you think Buffalo is bad on the defensive side of the football, Baltimore is worse by a significant margin. So can I really give the Kansas City Chiefs flowers when they ended up scoring 30-plus points on the defense when the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions did the exact same thing? No, like not yet. I'm going to have to see how they end up playing against some of their divisional opponents. They have the Detroit Lions coming up next week. So I'm going to reserve giving them that the Kansas City Chiefs are a team that I believe are threatening me at this given point. Some of you are probably going to say, oh, what about January? Folks, the calendar right now says September 30th. I'm not worried about January right now. The only time I'm worried about the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs is when the Kansas City Chiefs are on the schedule and they are 6 days away from us playing them. That's how I look at things. I think defense is not good and needs to be improved. I sure hope when the guys come back for injury and suspension that it does improve and not 2 steps back and 1 step forward. I think that will be okay. We have Craig is coming in, the second Corvette. We already read that one. Shout out to Craig again for the super chat. We appreciate that. Diehard fans believe till the end when we hold up the Lombardi, it has to happen. For sure, you have to. Like, what's the point? Like, why would you even watch Buffalo Bills football if, like, you're just like, oh, this team sucks. It's just going to break my heart at the end of the day. I mean, dude, come on, bro. Come on, man. Be happy and enjoy the moment, right? The happiest people on earth live in the moment. I suggest that for each and every single one of you. Enjoy. Enjoy the fact that we are 4-0 and the sole team in the AFC. We love the show. We love the content. Virgin Islands, Red Gong. Virgin Islands, a beautiful place, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. At least Buffalo played Baltimore, who is full strength. Kansas City played them not at full strength. We have Cecil is coming in. The Bills defense needs a safety and a linebacker. I think the D-line will be fine in a few more weeks, and maybe the cornerbacks will be okay if Hairston returns. So this was the most shocking thing that I saw, right? Because surprisingly enough, I think when people ask, like, hey, Dan, what's wrong with this defense? Typically, most people come out and say, it's got to be the secondary. We need another safety. We need another cornerback. That is the true issue of this team. Wait until I show you this. Like, you're going to be like, damn, what the hell is going on? Look at this. The Buffalo Bills have a top 5 secondary in the NFL statistically through 4 weeks of the season. Maybe some of you might say, oh, well, context is important. This team gets ran on all the time. No wonder that teams are doing pass attempts against this squad. However, here's the thing. Teams are, without a doubt, still throwing the football on this squad. All right? The most out of anyone in the NFL. Still throwing the football against the Buffalo Bills at number 1. And with being number 1 in pass attempts, the Buffalo Bills are holding wide receivers and offenses to a mere 125.8 yards per game. That's number 1 in the NFL right now, folks. Some might say, oh, like they're not getting the pass attempts because it's so easy to run on the Buffalo Bills. No, not at all, folks. This secondary has been playing very, very well. And I think a lot of it has to do with this, right? So many people were concerned about like CB2, and they were like, oh my God, like CB2 needs to be addressed. I was so excited when Maxwell Hairston was drafted because I think that he provided an extra dynamic to this team, something that we missed out on, and that was speed, right? Like we wanted a guy that can run shot for shot with the Xavier Worthies of the world. We wanted somebody to be able to be that insurance policy once we ended up going against players like that. But when I look at what the Buffalo Bills did well last year defensively, and that was taking the football away, I looked at how much of a contribution that the CB2 last year, Rasul Douglas, made in that category. He had 0 turnovers. So at the end of the day, maybe some of us are upset that Trey White is not pre-injury Trey White from 4 years ago. And that's okay. But like, was anybody realistically expecting that? Tre'Davious White, man, he was signed to be a backup. Nobody and their mother was anticipating that a young man that has 0 history of knee injuries in college would end up having a slight knee injury during training camp. So the fact that Buffalo is sitting here staring you at the face right now, holding opposing quarterbacks to a 62% completion percentage, vast majority of those are behind the line of scrimmage, 3 to 4 yards off, short passes galore. This secondary is doing well. It's doing very well right now, folks. So like when I hear people like, oh my God, we need the safety, we need this corner, we need linebackers, etc., to be better, I agree. And with Dorian Williams is a liability. I think that we have seen the last Dorian Williams based off of how good Shaq Thompson has been playing. Once Matt Milano comes back, and if Buffalo does end up reverting over to the 4-3 looks like we have been seeing for the past couple of weeks, do not be surprised if Shaq Thompson is that dude, right? Quality player, even at 32 years old. Unk is balling. That much I can tell you. And sacks, dude. Like, look at this, top 10 in sacks. So we're putting pieces together. Already through 4 weeks, it's early. I'm not giving a title to this defense yet. I'm not saying that, oh my God, we're so much better than last year. But through 4 weeks, I mean, we're doing our thing. We have turnover statistics. How about again, top 10 once again? We're taking away the damn football. Taking away the damn football, man. Winning the turnover battle like nobody's business. Something is good. What the issue is here is run defense, right? Whether or not that we want to blame, okay, the Derrick Henry game, which completely skewed the statistics, or whether or not that we wanted to talk about what the Jets were able to do, what the Dolphins were able to do, what the Saints were able to do with Alvin Kamara and Kendre Miller. This is where I think some of these players coming back are going to be of assistance. When Matt Milano is out on the field, folks, you can have your opinions on Matt Milano, but there is no question, all right? Hands down, the worst games we have seen from Buffalo against the run have been when Matt Milano or Terrell Bernard have not been out on the field. It's a fact. Like, you throw those guys out, it's going to happen. And that's when teams end up running the football against us, and they succeed. I also think it's going to help once Ogunjobi comes back. I think that he's a big body, athletic guy. I think that he's going to be able to make some moves. I think that as you continue to see the development of Deon Walker, who has been a steal for us, and might I say, look, you know what? I thought Deon Walker was going to be a guy that had to develop. I thought TJ Sanders was going to be more of the day one contributor opposed to Deon, because I didn't buy the whole, oh, yeah, he was injured his final year of college. I think it's going to take him a little bit of time, but Deon Walker's looking great. And so is Daquan Jones. Like, he's doing his thing. When Ed Oliver gets back, I think that this improves as well. My point is this. When you're missing, okay, 30 to 40% of your defensive contributors that make this team, when you're in the lab, when you're putting together your quote-unquote improved defense, let's not go on ahead and say, oh, my God, it's trash, man. It's trash. Look, I can promise you, right? And statistics are even showing you that when it comes into our biggest concern so far, we're top 10 in just about every single metric in our quote-unquote biggest concern on the defensive side of the football. secondary. Like, that's the number one thing. People are like, oh my God, our secondary, it sucks. I mean, not according to the numbers, right? Any suggestion otherwise is just, is more so an emotional reaction to it all. So secondary, looking pretty damn good. It's looking pretty damn good. Let's see if we can continue that going into top 5. But so far, guys, that's what I've seen from this defense. So not bad in the secondary. And I think run defense, I think that we will improve once we end up getting Ed back, once we end up seeing Hoecht, Ogunjobi. We're still getting pressures. And so we're getting a hell of a lot more pressures than last year, but we're going up against QBs that are letting go of the football very fast. So I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. We complain about with a 4-0 record, LOL, NFL hard to win. Absolutely, man. That's something I always like letting people know. Light of truth. And the one player on the D I'm hearing Bills analysts consistently saying is a liability is Dorian Williams. We need Matt Milano back. Joe Andreessen shows promise. And, of course, Terrell Bernard is great. Shaq Thompson is the guy. Williams is a liability in coverage. Ravens went off on rushing, but that was not an error. The linebackers and safeties were afraid to tackle him and get hurt. Tackling is an issue with this team, too. But, again, when you're building a defense, there's really 2 schools of thought. You can go with the more smaller / undersized type guys that are athletic, but have the ability to create game-changing plays like turnovers, which Buffalo has done very well for the past 2 years. Or you can go for more big body physical guys who are quality at tackling, right? It's a school of thought of how you want to build your overall identity. That's what Buffalo does. The way that Buffalo has built their defense is not to be a good tackling squad. It's to roll the dice and hope that you can end up utilizing their athleticism by being able to create turnovers and give the MVP an extra possession. That's largely what we see nowadays with the team. So I'm not surprised that we're god-awful at tackling. That's a personnel issue. That's not a coaching issue. That's why I see, Bobby Babich, man, he's terrible. Let's give the play calling back to Sean McDermott. A lot of the times, guys, most of what makes the Buffalo Bills questionable on certain aspects of the defense is not play calling. It's just lack of capabilities from personnel. But one thing our defense does do well is they're athletic enough to generate a turnover at least once per game. And this is not luck either, folks. This is something that you literally, right? As my buddy Kevin said yesterday on the Bills Roundtable, it's something that the Bills prepare for. It's something that they watch film on. Yes, that fumble from Derrick Henry, that was something they learned in film. All these forced fumbles, all of these interceptions that we ended up getting so far, that is stuff that they see on film and they prepare for. Picks are not luck. Turnovers are not luck. It is, insane preparation, film study, and execution at practice. That's the identity of this team. And we do the most important thing that a defense needs to do: take the football away. Is run defense frustrating? For sure. But I don't know. Would you trade the first if Max can come back or Milano stays dinged up, since no difference makers coming in at those positions? Would I trade the first if Max can come back? The first for who? That is the question. Missing 3 D linemen, a corner, and a linebacker. Absolutely. Henry gave Rapp a concussion last season. Then look at the angles. Get to week 1. We have Kai is coming in. Does Bernard look a step slow or off to you guys? No, not at all. I haven't noticed anything that's completely surprising. Dan, you are cooking today. Love the real analysis. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I try and do my best. To keep you guys entertained and informed. It's just my truth, baby. It's just my truth, I'm not going to be mad at anybody with the doom and gloom attitude that's just this defense sucks, we're going to get burned in January. I think my best advice would be just stop watching then. What's the point? What's the point of watching this football team if that's truly your attitude behind it. I honestly feel like context is important. It's difficult to win in the NFL, and this team is at 4-0, right? And until I start to see this team not pull out like wins, pretty or ugly, I mean, I'm going to keep riding with my squad. Say that I notice something is really wrong with the team, and I have admitted there's things wrong with this team, right? Like we can't tackle for shit. I really hope that our personnel can work on some of those mechanics and improve in that category. But at the end of the day, how much shit can I truly give a defense that doesn't have the physical capabilities of being a sound tackling squad? It's just not the defense that Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills have built here. Like, that's it. Look at the TD run by the Saints, like 25 yards. Bills were in nickel, and Taron Johnson whiffed on the tackle. So missed tackles are going to happen, right? Like, you look all across the league, and sometimes I feel like expectations are skewed by Madden, by college football matchups that are wildly lopsided. Guys, we are playing, okay, 53 guys, right? 11-man offenses, right, that are all good enough to play in the NFL. I have not met even a Hall of Famer. I have not met at least a Hall of Famer that has not had a bad couple of reps. It's about what you do consistently for the squad. I'm not going to bench Taron Johnson because he ended up missing a tackle here and there. I'm fine with a couple of missed tackles as long as the Buffalo Bills go on ahead and take the football away from me a couple of times. Give Josh Allen an extra opportunity. Make stops when the Buffalo Bills offense is not being able to generate consistency. And that's what that team does. Yeah, like sometimes our defense goes out there and gets gashed. But a lot of the time so far this season, when the offense slows down, our defense ends up handing out 3 straight 3-and-outs, forces a punt or two, creates a turnover. Like, that's what it is, folks. Listen, like, I just think some of our expectations are very skewed. Like, some of us are expecting perfection, but you are never going to get that. You are never going to get that. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Sports. I know Joey has had some really bright spots, but I was unimpressed with him last game. I feel like his snap count has been way too high and is correlated with his play. No, not at all, man. I think that you need to have the best players out in the field. I don't think that like you need to bench somebody to avoid him potentially getting injured. It's part of the game, dude, right? Like, you can't prevent injuries. For example, we saw our first-round pick, Maxwell Hairston, have a non-contact knee injury where he had no history of knee problems in high school, throughout college. It's a part of the game. And Bosa looked good. We're still getting pressures. He forced that fumble. Of course, we didn't recover it, but he's still fine. Like, I don't think that this is as big of an issue as people are making it out to be. And Bernard's pick on Tua was insane film work and memorization. Absolutely. We have Truth Chiller is in the building. Where is Ray Davis? That's a great question, my friend. That is a great question. It's a theory. And myself and Tommy actually talked about this yesterday on my post-game reaction to the Bills and the Saints. We think that it's boiled down to 2 reasons. Number one, he's not looking good in practice. And the Buffalo Bills are just like, why go on ahead and walk away from the hot hand in James Cook because he's been playing so well. Number 2, it's because the front office is putting pressure on the coaching staff that since James Cook has made so much money, or since he finally got the contract that he was looking for, you're damn right we're going to use him. Or number 3, the Buffalo Bills have been in back and forth, very tight games all the way up until the end of the 4th quarter, and they're riding with their best player. So I don't have an answer just yet, but when I look at Ray Davis, and dude's had what? Like, he's had 11 touches so far this season, like right out of 4 games. That is unheard of, especially with Buffalo being a true running back by committee. You're looking at this team becoming a bell cow type offense with James Cook. I have no idea what it means yet. It's far too early for me to draw a conclusion, but 3 schools of thought. Which one's your favorite? Draft a linebacker in the 1st round to replace Milano. His position is crucial in the Bills' defensive scheme. For sure, man. When I look forward to the draft in 2026, I think Buffalo goes these 3 positions, not in any particular order. I think they go linebacker. I think they go interior offensive lineman. And then I also think that we end up dipping again into the defensive line, perhaps another interior piece. Those are the first 3 picks I think Buffalo ends up going with. I'm sorry for the wide receiver people. Kyle is in the building. He's saying, that being said, and may be true regarding tackling, but Babich doesn't have it. I think he'll be the Achilles heel. With that said, I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, for me, I just really don't see any problem with Babich's play calling. Like, some of the issues we see with this team is like missed tackles, like I said. Sometimes it's just guys being caught flat-footed, particularly in the run game, right? And look, as much as I like, say, for example, we love a good second string CB2, or we love a second string linebacker. If you're going up against an Alvin Kamara, or if you're going up against a Derrick Henry and you're a second to third string linebacker, I don't really see how people expect that guy's going to have quality reps against a player like that. They are second on the depth chart for a reason. And it's not like Babich is out there tackling with his guys, right? It's more so personnel issues than play calling. I really don't see a problem with Babich's play calling. It's just, it's lack of talent. And then once you end up seeing like second and third stringers out there trying to fill in, of course, like for your starters, obviously there's going to be a drop off. So that's me. I really haven't seen any issues with his play calling. It's more gaffes by personnel, if that makes sense. They are letting James do his thing. They are. We have Joe Brady said it's his fault that Davis hasn't gotten more touches. Nothing that Davis has or hasn't done. Yeah, for sure. That could very well be true. Then again, I think that could be him riding for his guy and being media trained. I don't particularly buy into anything that a coach says, especially about things that are meant to be left behind closed doors. I don't know. We will see. We don't know yet. We do not know yet. I just got here, so sorry if I missed you already saying this, but what area position do you think our defense is the weakest, if possible, and do you see us doing anything before the deadline? So I believe what this team is going to do is our version of the trade deadline is going to be welcoming back players that are injured and also off of suspension. I don't think we make a move at all. Number one, because we're barred from financial issues. And number two, I think that all of the answers that we need are currently on the suspended list and or the injury report right now. Once Ed Oliver and Matt Milano come back next week, I think that we are going to have an excellent performance. I think that a lot of the things you see wrong with this team, specifically run defense, is going to be marginally improved. And that's all the Bills need to do, is marginally improve. All right, like third down defense, run defense. I don't need them to be top 5. I just need them to be 12th in the league, 13th in the league, because that's what gets it done. Like, we made the AFC Championship last year with the 23rd overall third down defense and a very bad run defense. All I need is a 7-spot jump. A 7-spot jump gets it done. That's my take. That is my take. Tyler is in the building. Do we believe the long third down conversions are more on Uncle Bobby, so the players and or both? So the long third down conversions, I think a lot of it has to do with personnel. A lot of people get mad at the Buffalo Bills for playing so far off of the line of scrimmage, right? But we need to remember something. Is pressing at the line, is that the smartest thing to do when we have drafted corners that aren't particularly fast? Yes, it's great. It's quality that maybe sometimes they have the physical advantage. But does Bobby Babich trust Christian Benford or Tre'Davious White not to hold at the line, like not to draw a penalty flag? Do they trust Benford and or Tre'Davious White pressing on the line, and they ultimately end up getting burned 4 to 5 yards of separation? I think it's gamesmanship. And so I think this Buffalo Bills team sort of says, all right, like, we're going to allow you to give us a bunch of paper cuts because we want to make sure that the deep and the big play are completely eliminated. I I suppose that's probably one of the only things that you can go out and say, all right, maybe it is a schematic thing, but I don't think that he's doing it on purpose. And I don't think that he's doing it as, all right, I want this Buffalo Bills team, or I want my defense to give up this crazy 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. It's more so like you need to be able to scheme with the type of players that you have. And 9 times out of 10, when you're going up against a super speedy wide receiver, pressing on the line based off of the type of DBs that we have doesn't make a lot of sense. It opens up a lot of, I'd say, issues or potential issues. Hopefully, when Larry and Mike enter, it will change. We all know that very good D-line can be the difference between an average difference and an elite one. For sure, man. Listen, I have seen so far a massive improvement in pressure, which is solid. Bass is still week to week. Johnston is out for multiple weeks. I know, dude. The poor punter, man. He was ready to go. And do you think they should go all out on defense in the draft? I personally think so. Keep on dipping into the defensive side of the football until it is improved. I totally agree with that. It is Millie. What up, dude? Explain Benford's PFF grade. It is a 60. So PFF is interesting to me, right? Because it is their own homegrown rating system. It's proprietary. So it's very advanced on how they look at it. Why people don't really read a lot into PFF grades from a secondary perspective is because, say that one DB ends up getting burned on a specific rep and the other DB in question is on the opposite side of the field, is not part of the play whatsoever, that player ends up getting docked for it as well. It's very advanced. I think it's flawed, but again, it's proprietary information. I still think that Benford has been doing well. He's been a dog in tackling. He's been one of the best tacklers on this team, and Cole Bishop has been a quality tackler himself. So I would don't read too much into it, especially secondary PFF grades. I love QB PFF grades because they also institute like turnover-worthy plays as far as grading quarterback play, but there's a lot of flaws when it comes into secondary. Shout out to Millie in here. We have DTN. Dan, I would like to ask who could be a perfect matchup for Will Campbell for the upcoming matchup against the Buffalo Bills. Will Campbell, man, rookie offensive lineman, man. Dude, you were trying to tease the Bills-Patriots matchup already, man. I'm sitting here trying to build up hype for it, and you already want some sauce, baby. I'm interested to see how he does against Gregory Rousseau. I'm interested to see how he does against Joey Bosa. Let's see what he's all about. Let's see what the young man is all about, my friend. All right, guys. I'm going to go use the restroom real fast, and then afterwards, I'm going to open up the Garage Beer Hotline. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Garage Beer Hotline, what I do is I open up the hotline for anybody that would like to come in and tell me what is on their mind. I need it to be 20 to 30 seconds, though, guys, right? Because I normally have a lot of people backstage that would like to discuss what is on their mind. So do your best. Make sure that it's 20 to 30 seconds. I'll boot you off. I will react to what you have to say, and we can get up in there. Shout out to Garage Beer for allowing me to provide this for you guys. It is beer tasting beer. Must be 21 years old and above to enjoy. But for all of you looking for a new cocktail to throw down on NFL Sundays, college football Saturdays, look no further than our good friends Garage Beer. I will be right back. I'm going to grab myself another sparkling water. I'm going to use the restroom, and then I'm going to open up the hotline real fast. Smash that like button and also sound off in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from in the meantime. Gentlemen, we are back, man. Awesome show. Great job, Dan. Have no fear, man. We're about to go on ahead and open up the Garage Beer Hotline. Again, guys, 20 to 30 seconds. I just want to make sure that I'm able to get to everybody that would like to come in, tell me what is on their mind real fast. Do not be offended if I boot you out after 30. All right? That is just the name of the game. Go ahead and call in, guys. Do not be shy. Would love to hear from as many of you as humanly possible. The call-in line is now pinned at the top of the live chat. Cecil is coming in saying the Bills have the best run blocking in the NFL, so run the damn ball and then throw short and medium passes when teams are trying to stop the run, or occasionally deep passes if the receiver is wide open. I absolutely love it. Welcome to the first caller, Max. Step into the garage, brother. What's going on?
What's up, Dan? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, chilling, enjoying my day. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Wonderful.
Yeah, what's on your mind, bro?
So, kind of just thinking about the run game. I think ahead of the Patriots game, what do you think is the main defensive topic to focus on? Because their run game is iffy, but the Drake May's run game specifically is pretty good, and we haven't been great against a scrambling quarterback.
It's a great question, Max. I appreciate the call, dude. Shout out to Max for coming in. Max, you've been a loyal guy for me for a while, and I appreciate that. So when I look at the New England Patriots, man, you need to look at their inability to run the football and the Buffalo Bills' inability, at least perceivably, against the run. So this is going to be a really good measuring stick. I'm not going to sound the alarm bells unless we see the New England Patriots go out there and rush for over 150. Buffalo, on paper, based off of what New England has demonstrated on the offensive side of the football, we need to be able to stop them. As far as Drake May, rate is concerned, I think having Matt Milano back is going to be helpful. He's the most athletic linebacker that we have out there. Same thing with Shaq Thompson. He's been an absolute animal. I don't think that Buffalo needs to be focusing on the 4-3 packages that we have been showing for the past couple of weeks. I don't like the Patriots run game at all. I think Buffalo is going to revert a lot to nickel, and then hopefully spying with Matt Milano. Shaq Thompson has something to say about it. I feel like we'll be okay. Charles the Hammer has been welcomed into the garage. What's up, dude?
On the 4-3 packages that we have been showing for the past couple of weeks, I don't like the Patriots run game at all. I think Buffalo is going to revert a lot to nickel.
Hey, Charles, you there?
Fine with Matt Milano. Shaq Thompson has something to say.
Hey, Charles.
About it. I feel like we'll be okay.
All right. He was watching the video. Real fast. Don't worry, Charles. I'm going to let you in here in a hot second. Steve-O, what up, dude?
Hey, good morning, Dan. How are you today?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, what I did was I want to try to keep this brief, but I wrote wrote notes down because I want to give what I believe is a correct perspective on the Bills where we're at right now. All right. So yesterday I watched on YouTube the 1990 AFC Championship game where the Buffalo Bills blew out the LA Raiders 51-3. Now here's the thing. Bills Mafia, that's what they want every game. They want the Bills to take the lead and never look back. They don't want the Bills looking in their rearview mirror to see the opposing team on their bumpers, breathing down their necks, because that causes fans to get too nervous. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, okay. So at times in this game, the Bills just played against the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, they looked sloppy. They missed tackles, especially on the Saints' first running TD. 3 guys should have got that guy. None of them did. And then the quarterback Rattler was able to scramble and run on the Bills defense. And yes, the Bills had 11 penalties for 55 yards, including one for 12 men on the field. Plus, McDermott had to waste a timeout when the Saints were going for their 2-point conversion because we had 10 men on the field. And those mistakes really are inexcusable. All right. And yes, the Bills offense had that 4-series run with a total of 15 yards. And yes, Josh Allen got his first interception and got sacked 3 times, which speaks to the fact that Spencer Brown was missed. But this is where I want to bring the contrast. The Bills defense came up big again. Cole Bishop intercepted, which prevented the Saints from scoring the go-ahead TD. The Bills
Mhm.
got two gifts in that game. The Saints failed to score with the trapped pass in the end zone and the roughing the punter penalty. So that kept their drive going. James Cook, here's another stellar performance by him. He set a new Bills record for 8 games in a row with the rushing TD. But here's the main thing I want to bring out. All right.
Uh-huh.
I've had some personal setbacks. Okay. I'm a runner and I've run hundreds of races, including 8 marathons. But because of accidents where I've been hit by cars 3 times on my bicycle, I'm going to be having hip replacement surgery tomorrow. So
Best
I
of luck.
can't run. I can't run right now. But because I have a runner's heart, I'm determined to get back into this with God's help and be competitive again. And the point is, what makes the Bills different is, and this is what I want all the critics to remember. The Bills have the heart of a winner. And the thing is that they're like the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, one of these fancy hotels. And just picture this now. You've got the entire Bills organization, players, administrators, coaches, everybody, and all the Bills Mafia on the first floor. And here the door opens, and there's Josh Allen going up. And so the thing is that I call Josh Allen the elevator because he elevates this team. The Bills have the heart to win, and Josh Allen is the heart of this team. Witness the 27-yard run that he stumbled through to get, and witness, nobody's talking much about this, but look at that play where he totally faked out everybody, including the cameraman, where it looked like he was going to pass to the left, and he ran for a touchdown. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So he's having another stellar MVP performance. So the thing I want to say, man, is, as far as the defense, we're going to have players coming back. You've mentioned Oliver, Milano, hopefully, Hoecht. He's the one we're real hopeful about. Ogunjobi, and then hopefully Hairston. But the thing is, man, when Buffalo needs to, they find a way to win. We're 4-0. We're the only team in the AFC that is such. We were 3-1 last year at this time, and then we went to 3-2. And the season before.
Yes, sir. Steven, we appreciate you, man. Sorry about that. We just got to keep it to about 20 to 30 seconds. But one thing I can say is that I absolutely love the energy. And he ends up really collectively coming out and letting us know that it's not as bad as you think, right? Like, this team finds a way to win no matter what. Defensively, quality performance from this Buffalo Bills team. And we are only going to get better. We are only going to get better. Steven, I love the positivity as always. I appreciate you calling in as always, my friend. Thank you so much. DJ Finesse is in the building. What up, dude? How you doing?
Yo, stop. Yo, what's good with you, Dan?
What's up, man? Chilling. How's work today?
Nah, it's good. It's good. Nah, yeah, all the fans is over exaggerating. Yo, they was dogging Bobby Babbage on the comments or YouTube. That was messed up. Like, why is this guy even got a job? I'm like, yo, chill. Like you said,
yeah,
it's
that's what
about
I'm
the
saying.
players. It's the players' execution. We ain't got the right players, and they was missing tackles, but they get a start when they need to. They held a team to 19 points, an NFL team to 19 points. They get paid millions like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you see
dude,
the Giants just lost to just won against the Chargers. So what?
Exactly.
4-0. We the best team. Josh Allen the best player. James Cook is the best running back, and they just gonna get better. But all the players come back.
Dude, you know what, man? That's exactly how I'm feeling. DJ Finesse, I appreciate you coming in and shedding a little bit of light, man. You the man. Shout out my boy DJ Finesse for coming in. Look, like when I look at this defense, man, we have a lot of players coming back. Things are definitely going to be on the up and up. I don't think it's Babbage, right? I think a lot of it has to do with personnel issues. Have no fear, man. We're locking in. Dan, DTN's in the building. What's up, man? How you doing?
Nothing much, Dan. How are you?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
So I'm going to be saving the Patriots-Bills questions for like tomorrow because I'm excited for that game. But this is more AFC East roundtable related, and basically within the AFC East. We all know that the Dolphins have been trash so far, but surprisingly, what has been going on with the Jets? Because it seems like the first 4 games so far, Aaron Glenn says that we're supposed to minimize the penalties, and the Jets so far have looked undisciplined, and it seems like, are the Jets going to be the worst team? That's my question.
That is a great question. It's it's tough riding out there for the New York Jets, right? But then again, I'm willing to give them a pass because they are truly in a rebuild. When you look at a brand new head coach, right? Typically what they do is they ride with the personnel that mostly they inherit for year one. Year two, they end up gutting the roster almost entirely. Like, look at example for what Sean McDermott did his second year. Look what McDonald over in Seattle did his second year, where he brings in his guys that he believes is going to run their system efficiently and appropriately. Yes, I don't think that the Jets are going to be much of a threat this year. I think the Jets are going to be fighting for a top 3 pick, probably top 5 at the very least. But a lot of problems with that organization. I hope that Aaron Glenn is the guy for my friend's sake in Richie. But, I mean, what can you do at the end of the day? Let's lock it in. Charles is in the building. Charles, what up, dude? How you doing?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing?
Okay. The Hammer said hi, first of all.
Hammer, what's going on? Hope all is well. What's up?
Second of all, I want your opinions, kind of like if you can give me kind of details about what Buffalo needs to do to beat the Patriots this Sunday. I'm just going game by game. I'm not worried about these other games. What do you think Buffalo needs to do for this Sunday to beat the Patriots?
Game by game, I would probably run a lot of nickel. I don't really think that their run game poses much of a threat. They have been very inefficient. I'm not sure if it has to do with Stevenson. I'm not sure if it has to do with scheme, perhaps. I think that Buffalo really needs to focus on the pass and being able to take away players like Pop Douglas, Stephon Diggs. I think that we have the personnel to get it done. A lot of people are concerned so much, and Charles, I appreciate the call here. A lot of people might be concerned about, oh man, like what are we going to do? Because Steph Diggs has been looking pretty good and Drake May has been like throwing the football all over the field. I think that we match up well against their receivers. I also think that we need to be able to take advantage of the fact because this team coughs up the football. Like we are 2 weeks removed from several turnovers already. Stevenson has a fumbling problem. And I think as long as we end up continuing that trajectory of us being able to cause and create turnovers, really dial up that physicality on the defensive line, spy Drake May so he doesn't hurt us with his legs. Like same thing with Matt Milano being back and Ed Oliver being back is going to help. I think as long as we end up dialing up that physicality, we force them into a corner to create turnovers. I think that we win this game pretty handedly. I think we see another 30-point like type game. I think that we win maybe again by like 10 plus points, I think. But it's going to be a good one. It's tough for me to count out the Buffalo Bills at home, right? Like we are just a different animal at home. I don't see that really changing much at the end of the day. Thank you for the call, Charles. You're the absolute man. Pez is in the building. Pez, what's up, bro?
What's happening, Dan?
Hey, man, living the dream. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain. I've been following you since day one, man.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah,
what's on your mind?
Just wanted to say that something that I haven't really heard a lot from anybody. Maybe you covered it already and I missed it, but that this past Sunday's game, it was a tune-up game.
Yeah,
they were doing a lot of interchanging, trying new plays, both defensively and offensively, and we still came out with a 31-19 victory. That should scare a lot of people.
It should. Yeah. No.
And then just real quick, I believe I'll call in again later this week and talk more about the Patriots. But I just want to say it right now because I'm super excited. I believe the Bills are going to crush the Patriots, literally crush them. It's going to be, they might not even score a point.
Oh, damn.
Josh Allen's gonna go off. He's gonna have a huge passing game. But that's all I wanted to say, man. You have a good day, bro. Later.
Yes, man. I appreciate you calling in. I love that energy right there. One thing I will say is that he was absolutely right. Like Buffalo is trying a lot of different things on Sunday. Like you saw the interchanging of Dorian Strong and Tre'Davious White out on the outside, really trying like new things to see. And like maybe that this was, hey, you know what? Like we're playing the Saints. We're confident we're going to win this game. let's try something new, something we likely wouldn't try against any team that we believe would be a threat against us. Was sort of like an experiment type game. And yeah, dude, listen, I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more strong. Lynn came in with a pretty solid question, and he was asking about, can Trey White keep up with the wide receivers from the Pats? I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more Dorian Strong on Sunday. Like, yes, I think Trey White is going to get his snaps, but I think as the season progresses and as Sean McDermott continues to gain more and more confidence with the young man, I think we're going to see a bit more from him. He's been playing well, man. He's been making the most out of his opportunities. And I think a lot of us should be excited about it, man. Oh, my God. I love that. Good morning, Dan, and hi, everyone. Joseph, what's up with you, my friend? But, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I do need to go on ahead and give everybody a shout out to our good friends over at Sleeper. I was one leg away from turning $10 to $120 last night. I needed J.K. Dobbins to get an anytime touchdown. Of course, he had over 100 yards, but he just couldn't find the end zone as the Denver Broncos put BTA on the Cincinnati Bengals. But the best thing about it is that I did put down $100 and I got it matched 100%. So I'm really not losing a lot of sleep over it. That's one of the best things about Sleeper Picks, the #1 player prop platform on the market today. If you guys haven't downloaded it, I highly recommend that you do. Link is in description. Great promo right over there. Simply pick anywhere between 2 to 6 players, predict correctly if they are going above or below their projected stat line across a variety of different metrics. And you can see crazy returns, sometimes up to 1,000x. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of this show. And certainly go take advantage of it, man. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you here in about an hour and 45 minutes over on the Roundtable Sports channel. And yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Peace.